Hi there, it's Catherine, and I am here with you today for our Sunday reflections. I am thrilled to be with you today. I'm feeling so much better. I'm still on my recovery path from COVID, but I was thinking about I want to be able to share about Lipedema Awareness Month coming up and all that. But something happened this morning, and I have been really focused on it. I'm an early riser, and on Sunday mornings, one of the things that I do, and I've talked about it before, is I go float. It's a deep, deep meditation time for me. I'm in the tank usually for about 75 minutes, and I find myself every week going deeper and deeper into listening, self listening. And Um, when so I leave the house about 6:40, 6:45. And as I was going out, it's late spring, early summer here, and we have a family of doves. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but we have a family of doves that have been building their nests and having their babies for a couple of years now. And it's so much fun to see the nest and to see what I'm sure are generations of these doves. Um, and this morning, as I was leaving, so there are these posts on my porch. And on either end of the porch, there are nests. There used to be only one, now there's two. I'm thinking siblings came back to nest and they come back to the same place. And they come, I see them all summer and they fly away, then they come back. Anyway, this morning, as I was walking down my stairs, right underneath the nest was this tiny, when I say tiny, like, this kind of tiny. Wait, let me go hand here. This kind of tiny, like about this big little bird that obviously had either fallen out of the nest or had tried to fly and couldn't because it was so tiny. It looks like it's only been hatched for a very short time. It was a baby dove. And I had to get to the float, and I said, okay. So I went to the float, I meditated, I came back, and I'm like, I got to do something about this baby dove. I can't just let it die there. If the mother dove was in the nest, and apparently there was another bird there, another little baby bird, another little baby dove. So I'm looking around. I live in a neighborhood, a very residential neighborhood on the outskirts of Boston, and there's very little activity on my street, especially at what was 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So somebody was running, and I stopped the person who was running because I couldn't physically get up to the top of the pillar in order to put the bird back. So I'm like, so anyway, young woman, I explained the problem, and she's like, no, I'm not, I don't have time. So I'm like, okay. So I tried calling neighbors. I couldn't, I mean, 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, people sleeping, I couldn't reach. And finally, I reached one of my neighbors, young guy. And I said, we have an emergency. There's this little bird. So he was sleeping. I said, I'm so sorry for disturbing you, but I don't want to see the bird die. I want to give the bird a chance to live. So, anyway, Alex came and pulled out a little step stool ladder because he's tall to begin with. And thank God he brought, latex or rubber gloves so he could pick up the bird. and the mother bird was in the nest. So anyway, Alex got up, tried to put the bird in, and the mother went crazy, flew away. And make a long story short, Alex eventually got the baby bird back in the nest, and the mother is now there tending to both of the baby birds. And it's an odd thing because, as I said, Sunday, many people go to church. This is my Sunday. It's usually reflections. And I share some of those with you, but it's very deep meditation time for me. And I was saying, nothing happens by accident. And I was so relating to the baby bird who fell out of her nest or tried to fly and ended up being way too young to fly. And somehow being able to get her back into her nest so that she could heal, she could grow, she could do what she needs to do. And I think of lipedema as a metaphor. I always think of lipedema as a metaphor. It's my metaphor for pretty much everything, especially in the past 10 years. And I was thinking about, that this year, the main focus for this year has been trying new things. I've been, there are an estimate of 17 million women in the United States that have lipedema. And if you look in different countries, like the UK has somewhere over 3 million. Italy, these are countries that I've done presentations in. Throughout Europe has something like 11 to 12 million women. And globally, they say as many as 350 million women, though there are some populations, lipedema doesn't show up very much in Asian populations. Lipedema does not show up, some, but not as much as in other areas. And one of the things that I know, we used to have this phrase when I was doing change work in corporate America, that we were preaching to the choir, that what we were doing is we were getting the message to those who already knew and already believed. And so now we're starting to welcome in new people. Our symposium had almost 40% new women coming in to learn about lipedema. And I was just so happy about it, excited, thrilled that we have women and people who are learning and able to benefit from all the work that we've done collectively over 10 years. So enheartening. And when I look at my own journey, I feel, and again, this encounter with the little baby dove today, it's like, I had a rough time with COVID. If it wasn't for the medication and the help of some very, very dear people in my life, it could have gone a different way. And I'm here, I'm getting well, I'm still doing a little bit of long COVID, but I am on the mend, like seriously on the mend. So whoever picked me up and put me back in the nest, I believe that there's guidance. When I came home, well, actually, I was home through the whole thing, but when I opened my computer after I was well enough to start, just trying to figure out how to put all the pieces together again, there was this quote. I love quotes. I'm always offering quotes. But there was this quote. There was this quote that I had put on the computer years ago. I don't even know how long ago. Years ago. and I hadn't seen it in all those years. It's like it was buried somewhere in my hard drive. It popped up. You know how memories pop up on Facebook and you go, "Oh, I remember that. That was so many years ago." This one was a quote by Richard Bach. And it was on one of those little cards that you open the card and it has a message for you. And I had photographed it and made an image out of it because it was meaningful for me. And it says, if you're wondering if your mission on earth is done, if you're alive, it isn't. If you're wondering if your mission on earth is done, is complete, if you're alive, it isn't. So having this run-in with COVID and not knowing, it was pretty serious there for a little bit. Thank God, I keep saying it, thank God for the medication. So I'm here, and I started to ask myself this question: if I'm here still and I have more to do, what is it that what is it? Because I keep thinking that we're at a place where lipedema is going to just, it's going to continue on its own. Like at a certain place, you fly out of the nest. And then that metaphor this morning happened. So Lipedema Awareness Month is coming up in June, and we have an entire new program. Usually in Lipedema Awareness Month, we run a series of webinars. Last year we did 10 of them over the whole month. We are doing workshop style. So we'll have some information, mini webinars, and then time for the community to interact in small groups and really delve into what we know, what we've done, the kind of progress we've made. My glasses are in my hand because people are leaving comments and I want to at least respond to the comments. Hi there. People are just saying hi. So I am going to basically today just say stay tuned. We'll be sending out some emails. We'll be sending out links for you to register. We're not even at the place to register people yet. But I will say, please hold the dates. We're going to have June 24th, 25th, and then there'll be a special bonus on the 26th. Something that we're adding. We're doing a whole webinar and Q&A in Spanish. And then we're going to have a special event in Spanish because we have so many who have asked for this. So as we continue along this road, I have to say, it's like hand in hand as a community. We can really move forward. And I want to thank you. I've just received so many emails and so much support over the past period of time. So, and this is a question that we keep getting. People want to know about the replays from the Keto Symposium. Thank you, Jen. Let me just say, I am going to say that the symposium was spectacular. And before the thing happened with the bird, I was going to talk about my own breakthrough, which is that I am now on day 15 of carnivore that came out of this keto symposium. I am extremely hypersensitive to carbohydrates. And so I just wanted to, talk about that, but I'll talk about it another time. We tell people that it takes us about 2 weeks. So we're ready to launch the replays. If you haven't signed up for the symposium, and you can order the replays, which are when I say spectacular, I mean, for me, after all this time to have a breakthrough, oh my God, I was hoping that that things would fall in place, and they did. And having a breakthrough is just an amazing process. And I'm going to get the link right now, and I'm going to post it for you guys, because if you haven't registered, there's still time to register to get the replays. And that email is going out sometime, I think, tomorrow or Tuesday. I have to check with the staff, but you'll get it in the next day or two, because we are ready. We're pretty much almost ready. We're doing a little bit of tweaking. Okay, now I have to find. Uh-oh. I can't find the link. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. So here, I'm putting it here. Give me a second. Okay, here's the link that you can sign up. You can sign up and get the replays. This link is, or you can only get the replays this coming week. If you attended the symposium, okay. You're seeing a little bit of my long COVID. But I'm not going to call it long COVID. You're seeing a little bit of my healing process from COVID, because I'm still a little scattered. Those of you who attended the symposium, we had a few hundred people attend, you automatically get the replays. This is the last year we're doing that. So please enjoy them. You get them for 6 months. We're changing things up, so this is the last year. For those of you who haven't registered for the symposium, there's still an opportunity for you to register. And if you register, you'll be registering for the replays, and you'll have them for 6 months. Oh, okay. So Jen says she signed up for the Carnivore Day. The Carnivore Day was spectacular. I mean, it moved me so much. It was really remarkable. So, so I posted that. If anybody needs any information, you can always reach me at Catherine@lipedema-simplified.org. Let me see if I can find my phone number in here. I know it's here somewhere. Oh my. 1 second, and I'm going to post it. Okay, there you go. Catherine@lipedema-simplified.org. Need any help? Go ahead and let me know. And as I said, you're seeing a little bit of me with COVID healing process. Just a little scattered, but I'm still in the game. It's like, that's one of my things. I am never, ever, ever quitting this one. So thank you all. Have a wonderful week, and blessings. And may this be a week of really wonderful self-care for you. Bye. See you next week. Actually, I'll see most of you many times during the week. Bye.